Hello and welcome to all of you in my channel Education and Learning Blue Chip Finance. In this video we are going to discuss about the question of measures of central tendency and dispersion which is asked in the paper of 2014 Punjab University. So question is that wages are given here 0 to 40, 40 to 80, 80 to 120 and so on, and frequencies, number of workers or frequency is given in the next column 6, 15, 22, 30 and 45 and so on, and you are asked to calculate arithmetic mean, median and coefficient of variation. Formula for arithmetic mean under direct method is sum of fx over sum of f, whereas formula for median is equals to L plus H over F multiplied by N by 2 minus C, and coefficient of variation is equals to standard deviation divided by mean multiplied by 100. So here you have to calculate first of all arithmetic mean, secondly median, and third you need to calculate standard deviation for the calculation of coefficient of variation. So first of all, place this data of the question here in these two columns, and first thing which is required to calculate arithmetic mean is class mark, which is x. There is no need to take class boundaries here because as you are observing that upper limit of first class and lower limit of second class and so on, all these are equal, so there is no need to calculate class boundaries. So how to take class mark? Just simply add up lower limit and upper limit. 0 plus 40 equals to 40 divided by 2, and class mark is 20. 80 plus 40 is 120 divided by 2 equals to 60, and there is a gap of 40 between 20 and 60. So the next class mark will be 100, next one will be 140, 180, 220, 260 and 300. After that we need here product of f and x, so simply f multiplied by x equals to 120, 900 and so on, and sum is 2640, and from here we are able to calculate arithmetic mean. Sum of fx is 26640 and sum of f is 164, so arithmetic mean will be equals to 162.43. After that for the calculation of median we need cumulative frequency. So take first frequency here 6 and add up the next frequency into the previous total of cumulative frequency. So 6 plus 15 equals to 21, 21 plus 22 equals to 43, 43 plus 30 equals to 73 and so on. And if your last cumulative frequency is equals to sum of f, then your cumulative frequencies are correct. So after the calculation of cumulative frequency, first of all we should calculate n by 2. So n is equals to sum of f, and sum of f is 164, so 164 divided by 2 equals to 82. Now locate this 82 into the cumulative frequency. So 82 falls in cumulative frequency of 118. So in front of this cumulative frequency your lower class boundary is 160, your f is 45, and h is the difference of x values and difference is 40. N by 2 we already calculated, n by 2 that is 82, and C is the cumulative frequency above than 180. Because 82 is not equal to 118, these two are 118 is greater than 82. So that is why we are going to take the previous cumulative frequency which is appeared before 118. So after putting all this data into the formula of median, your median will be equals to 168. Your third requirement is to calculate coefficient of variation, which is equals to standard deviation divided by mean multiplied by 100. We already calculated arithmetic mean, which is equals to 162.43, and now we need here standard deviation first. So formula for standard deviation is sum of fx square over sum of f minus sum of fx over sum of f square under root. So sum of fx square is equals to 5048,000. To take fx square, just simply fx multiply fx with x, and result is equals to fx square. So fx square is 5048,000 and sum of f is 164 and sum of fx is 26640. So put all these figures into this formula and solve for standard deviation, and standard deviation will be 66.30. Now after taking standard deviation, put these values into the formula of coefficient of variation. Standard deviation is 66.30 and your mean is 162.43 multiplied by 100, and your coefficient of variation will be equals to 40.8175. The next question, which is asked in the paper of 2014 supplementary, and question is that wages are given here and number of workers are also given here, and you are required to calculate arithmetic mean, harmonic mean, standard deviation and coefficient of variation. In the previous question you already learned to calculate arithmetic mean, standard deviation and coefficient of variation, and we need one more thing here is to calculate harmonic mean. So first of all, take the data of the question in these two columns, and after that your first requirement should be to calculate x class mark. So simply add up these two values and divide the sum by 2. So 124 plus 117 divided by 2 equals to 120.5, and 131 plus 124 divided by 2 equals to 127.5. So there is a difference of 7. So h will be 7. So just add up 7 in next all the values and take the values of x. There is no need to calculate class boundaries because we are not asked to calculate median or mode or quartile, decile, percentile. So there is no need to calculate class boundaries. The next important thing is to calculate the product of f and x. So simply multiply these two values one by one and take the sum. So sum is 79528. So 79528 divided by sum of f, that is 500, and your arithmetic mean will be equals to 159.056. After that, the next requirement is to calculate harmonic mean. The formula for harmonic mean in group data is equals to sum of f divided by sum of f by x. So sum of f is 500 and we have to calculate f by x. So divide each value of f with its respective class mark 120.5. So 13 divided by 120.5 equals to 0.107884. 17 divided by 127.5 equals to 0.133333, and so on. And sum of f by x is 3.181811. So 500 divided by 3.181811, and your answer will be 157.143. Your third requirement is to calculate standard deviation, And standard deviation we already calculated in the previous question. For standard deviation we need fx square. So fx square is simply equals to fx multiplied by x. There are two ways to calculate this. First, you can take the square of x and then multiply that square of x with f, but it is a lengthy procedure. So it is very simple to calculate fx square through this formula, that you just simply multiply these two, fx multiplied by x equals to fx square. So sum of fx square is 127,95669 and sum of fx is 79528 and sum of f is 500. So simply just put all these values into this formula, and after the calculation your standard deviation will be 17.103. And your fourth requirement is to calculate coefficient of variation, which is equals to standard deviation divided by mean multiplied by 100. So standard deviation is 17.103, your mean is 159.056 multiplied by 100, and your coefficient of variation will be 10.75. After that, one more question is related to the paper 2015. So in 2015 paper, compute arithmetic mean, median, variance and Pearson's coefficient of skewness. So that is your data of the question, in which first column is about monthly incomes and second column is related to number of families. So that is your question. So we just take these two columns containing the question items, and now what we need to calculate: first of all, arithmetic mean, median, variance and Pearson's coefficient of skewness. So for mean we need class mark, for median we need class boundaries and cumulative frequency, for standard deviation or variance we need fx square, and after all these calculation we will be able to calculate all these things. So first of all, because we are asked to calculate median here, so it is important to notice either there is a need of taking class boundaries or not. So here upper class limit of first class and lower class limit of second class is not equal. So we need to take class boundaries here. Method is very simple, just simply subtract these two items, 120 minus 119 and difference is 1 divided by 2, or we can say half of the difference, so that is 0.5. so subtract or minus 0.5 from left side and add 0.5 to the right side, and the result will be class boundaries. So 110 minus 0.5 equals to 109.5 and 119 plus 0.5 equals to 119.5. Similarly 120 minus 0.5 is 119.5 and 129 plus 0.5 is 129.5, and so on. After that, the next step is to calculate class mark. Class mark is very simple. I already explained you that how can you take class mark. Just simply add up these two values or these two values and divide the sum by 2. 119 plus 110 divided by 2 equals to 114.5, or 129 plus 120 divided by 2 equals to 124.5. so there is a difference of 10. So just add up this difference of 10 in next values. So 114.5, 124.5, 134, 144, 155.5 and so on. And after that, fx, in order to obtain fx, just simply multiply f with x and take the sum, that is 18640, and fx square is equals to fx multiplied by x. I already explained you, and the sum of fx square is 2937130, and cumulative frequency, just take the first frequency here 2 and add up all the upcoming frequencies into previous total of cumulative frequencies. So 2 plus 4 equals to 6, 6 plus 17 equals to 23, 23 plus 28 equals to 51, and so on. And if your last cumulative frequency is equals to sum of f, which means that your cumulative frequencies are correct. Now it is time to put all these values into the formulas. Formula for arithmetic mean is sum of fx divided by sum of f. So sum of fx is 18640 and sum of f is 120, and your answer will be equals to 155.33. And after that, the next requirement is to calculate median. The formula for median is L plus h over f multiplied by n by 2 minus c. So for the selection of model class for median, we need to calculate first n by 2. So n is equals to sum of f. So sum of f is 120. 120 divided by 2 equals to 60. And 60 falls in cumulative frequency of 76. So 60 falls in this cumulative frequency. And in front of this cumulative frequency, your lower class boundary is 149.5. H is the difference of x values, that is 10. In front of this 149.5, your frequency is 25. And you take C is 51, because 60 and 76, these both are not equal. So after putting all these values into the formula, your median will be equals to 153.1. Your third requirement is to calculate variance, and for the calculation of variance, the formula is very simple, that sum of fx square over sum of f minus sum of fx over sum of f whole square. So sum of fx square is 2937130, sum of f is 120, and minus mean square, because sum of fx over sum of f is equals to mean, and after the calculation your variance will be equals to 348.6711. Now your fourth requirement is to calculate Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness. There are two methods to calculate Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness. One is mean minus mode divided by standard deviation, and second method is 3 multiplied by mean minus median over standard deviation. So we should take the second formula because we have no mode here. If we choose the first formula, we have to calculate mode first, but we have median and mean, and we also have variance. Through variance we can calculate standard deviation, so we prefer second formula. So 3 multiplied by mean, mean is equals to 155.33 and median is equals to 153.1, and standard deviation is simply square root of variance. So variance is 348.6711, and when we take the under root of this, the standard deviation will be 18.67. So after putting all these values, Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness is 0.3583, which shows the positive skewness in the distribution. The next question, which is asked in the supplementary paper of 2015, is related to ungrouped data. The following are the scores made by two batsmen A and B in a series of innings. Scores obtained by A in different matches is 28, 22, 46 and so on, and scores obtained by B in different matches is 52, 18, 4 and so on. So who is better as run getter and who is more consistent player? So we have to calculate one measure of central tendency, and after that we calculate the measures of dispersion. From first measure we can observe that who is the better run getter, and through second measure we can observe that who one is more consistent player. So first of all we represent A as X and represent B as Y. So first of all, in ungrouped data, mean is simply sum of x over n. Sum of all the scores of A player is 569, that is sum of x, and n is simply count of all these values. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, 10 is the count. So 56 or 569 divided by 10 equals to 56.9 is the average score of A. And for B, just take the sum of all the scores of B player, and the sum is 540, and 540 divided by 10, 54. So if we observe with respect to better run getter, player A is better than player B, because average of first player or A player is greater than player B's average. But who is more consistent? For this observation we have to calculate standard deviation. So standard deviation for ungrouped data is equals to sum of x square over n minus mean square, and for that purpose we need x square and y square. So 28 square 784, 22 square 484, and sum is 55145. And for B player 52 square 2704, and 18 square 324, and so on, and sum of y square is 45592. So after putting all these values into the standard deviation formula for A player and B player, standard deviation of A player is 47.71, and B player's standard deviation is 40.53. So as you are observing here that the standard deviation or dispersion of player B is less than the dispersion of player A. So if we observe with respect to consistency of the player, player B is more consistent than player A, because less dispersion represents more consistency. So player B is more consistent than player A. So here was 4 different questions, 2 related to paper 2014 annual and supplementaries, and 2 related to paper 2015 annual and supplementaries. In next coming videos we will discuss more questions of measures of central tendency and dispersion. And for more videos, do subscribe my channel and also like and share. Till then, stay blessed and take care of yourself. Thank you.